So self-mastery is the most important practice in existence, because with this, you're able to accomplish things that are what have been classified even as miracles and above and beyond, and accomplish things that are what leads to the best possible state of existence for yourself and others in all of God's creation. This is a very serious thing, and it's an important thing. And it's something that everybody should learn and safely practice, because the benefits therefrom are eternal. Okay, so I'm going to go into detail about this, because every human being everywhere should know this. Okay, and the first example of where this really becomes important is when you seek counsel from anybody, especially as a young person, or even as an adult though. We as human beings have a tendency to seek counsel, or to quote unquote talk about things with other people, and seek to positively build and achieve good things in our life. And the question is, how do you know who you can even trust to whatever possible extent? Now, where it becomes even more critical is if you're a young person, right? Ideally, your parents are legit and they have true divine wisdom, and they communicate that to you, and you benefit from that. As it was the case, and is the case in my life, right? Yet think about this. What if your parents don't know? What if you don't know? What if your next door neighbor doesn't know? Okay? Who and how and where and what, and how are you going to get the knowledge and the wisdom and whatever important information or wise counsel that you have to have so that you make it prosperously and that you live a good life? Okay, first of all, this is written in books, in holy books, such as the Holy Law, right? And to be more precise, in a certain book called Self-Mastery and Fate with the Cycles of Life. Okay, now, what's very, very good is the fact that both of these books that I've just named generally are actually available for free. Quite often, you will even find these books free. And it's another one of the many blessings of the Creator that is the case. And there's a free PDF on the internet too of the book called Self-Mastery and Fate with the Cycles of Life. That's even free. Okay, so as I speak, it's very reassuring to know that the most important books in existence today, right? The most valuable books that exist are still generally accessible to all and are even free. Okay? This is a serious thing to think about. That's divine providence at work. Now, it's one thing to have an operating manual, right? And it's another thing to successfully and victoriously operate in the field with that operating manual and the knowledge from it. So there's a period of theoretical knowledge and instruction gained, right? And then you take that out and you practically apply that wisdom out there in the field of the world, in the world, not of it, and safely. And then you really learn and you gain and you win and you win and you win. And then you become extremely competent. You become a master of your life and your destiny. Okay? And while I say destiny, though that is seemingly a future event, the interesting thing is that it's actually the case that our destiny, our good destiny that we're sort of working towards instinctively, is already now. Because, see, it's as if life in the universe was like a motor where immediately whatever the motor is, like whatever RPMs or something it's running at, that's the speed that it's putting out right now. And that's it. So what I'm saying is that your destiny is actually constantly being generated and regenerated by yourself in the present moment as you live, as you go wisely and prudently and happily, right? And blessed. You already have a good destiny now. This is it. So then it becomes highly important to always keep and maintain a little bit of good order in your life, right? And the key to self-mastery is really very simple. It's almost like it's just to get organized. Get organized right here and right now. Get a little bit organized and you're good to go. That's it. Because, see, everything in creation is actually perfect. It's been made perfectly by the Creator. And, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. We know that the Creator, blessed be His name, geometrized in the beginning, right? So what this equates then is that everything has already sort of been pre-programmed to be increasingly perfect and very good increasingly in all of life. The potential is there. The framework is in place. The key for it to be thus, and for every person to actually benefit from and even prosper with the wisdom, right, and practically apply it in their lives, is that you simply start to wisely and actively and intelligently master your life and your destiny, and you just simply start living in harmony with the cycles of life right here and right now. Because the change that has to be made in most cases simply can just be made right now. And it's already being made. If you're listening to this presentation, you're actually already getting the almost like the update and the changing of trajectory so that it's in line with the way that it was divinely, universally, perfectly designed to be. And then what happens from that is massive positive increase in health and wealth and miraculous, super good quality of life and life overall, and that increasingly and permanently, in as much as you equally, right, practice or maintain or keep a little bit of self-discipline and good order in your life. Because it can be compared to a captain of a ship, the chief navigational officer. Yet I'm going to use this captain example where this captain is at the wheel right now, and he's also the navigator, and he has to know where he is and how to get to where he'd like to go. He's got to know where he is and what's coming up, and he can get there. Nobody can stop him. Nobody. Okay? So a master. What is a master, right? It's interesting because we have this title. You have this title all over the place in the world and not of it. A master of this, a master of that, a master of science. Okay. What about a master of your life and your destiny? That's the master of all masters, whereby, hold on a second, with due respect, our boss is the master of all masters, and the Creator is like above that at the highest point, with due respect. Yet basically a human being who's, say, for example, a wise man of God or a righteous woman, right, who is a master of his or her life and destiny, and who is a master in the true sense, this is basically a person, and anyone, remember, this could be you, and it should be, eventually, gradually, right? So somebody who who basically has the ability to determine their destiny, and who is basically not subject to, shall we say, exempt from, through divine grace and favor and with the blessing of wisdom, right, being retained and practically applied by them, right, is like exempted from or immune to any of the foolishness, the folly, the danger, the evil, or any of the perils or the problems that the world has to offer. In other words, is somebody who's capable of and actually is living a very good and a safe and a happy and a prosperous and even a perfect and an increasingly perfect life all the time, and who has or who benefits from or who is able to produce and maintain and even permanently enjoy a certain amount of standard safety and security that nobody and nothing and nobody whatsoever can breach, okay? This is like, okay, picture it from a military perspective. You have a judge advocate general who wins everything every time. Nobody can stop him. Nobody on the face of this earth except himself, okay? It's like you become so powerful that there's nothing and nobody that can stop you except yourself. And not even yourself, but the lower self. Something like laziness or foolishness. That's about the only danger there is, okay? Now, how do you actually practice this? You have to constantly monitor the cycles of life that you're in and live in harmony with them. This includes making a calendar, having a self-mastery calendar. I have videos about this in the channel. Look at what I have and wisely do it, and you will benefit. And everyone should, because God's blessings are so much, right? And the Creator is, the highest good. And it's available to all of us. And all should benefit from this. Everybody, every person.